The elbow is a fairly complicated joint, given that we've got three joints in the same joint capsule. We'll be looking at manipulating the ulnohumeral and the radiohumeral joints for subluxations, and the elbow itself as a whole for loose bodies. First of all, we'll look at the abduction lesions at the elbow. Abduction exists basically as a conjunct movement of pronation and supination. Consequently, loss of either one of these two movements will seriously limit either pronation or supination, or at least their end ranges, and this limitation of pronation and supination will in turn limit either flexion or extension's end ranges. So the restoration of this movement is important to regain the extremes of either pronation and supination or flexion and extension. If we look at the abduction lesion first, the elbow that's subluxed into abduction that cannot adduct, we're looking at a joint that will be limited in flexion because it is unable to adduct, it can't supinate, and one where the medial glide, I'll say it again, the lateral glide is limited and has this abrupt end fill. So to manipulate this, we shall be forcing the elbow back into adduction. Now there are a number of possible ways of doing this. We can use a long lever through the extreme end of the forearm, which is a very efficient and effective technique but is potentially dangerous. We can use the glide, the transverse glide, which is very safe but not very effective, or we can combine the two and use a short lever osteokinematic technique and gap the joint in the appropriate direction, and that's the technique that we'll use. Now on the arm, I'll show you the three ways of doing it, and then we'll stick to the one that we're going to do first.